Hey, it is Elizabeth Off Grid, and today I'm going to give you a full tour of my car camper. So I live in my vehicle full time and I travel about half the time. And I have done a quick 5-minute tour before, but this time we're actually going to dive deep into what is in all the containers, everything that I have in this car. So if you're kind of person who really likes to get into other people's personal business that way, this is the video for you. So first, let me talk about the kind of car that I have. So this is a 2012 Honda Civic. I did not buy it to live in. This is a car that I bought brand new because it was 0.9% interest financing, and I needed a car because I didn't have a car because I had been living in San Francisco and I was moving to the suburbs. This car has a little over 100,000 miles at this point, and to live in it, I had to take out all the other seats to make room for me to sleep in it. But I will show you the build when we get into it. I wouldn't buy this car to live in because I could barely fit in it, but it is the car that I already owned. So here we go. So now let's get into some other stuff about this vehicle. But first, let's look at what I have on the side. So this is my allergy medicine. I have it here just so it doesn't get messed up, it doesn't fall over. I have bug spray. I have some suckers. This is so if I need a little something when I'm driving or if I have my mouth gets dry. And then I have one of these devices so you can urinate standing up if you have internal plumbing. I have never used it, but it's here just in case I ever get the guts and really need to use it to go to the bathroom. Now, obviously I have my dash, that's normal. A thing to put my phone in. This is an old car, so it has a CD drive and that's stuck into the CD drive. I have towels up here drying. I don't really have another place to hang out towels, so they are here. This is my microfiber towel and then my regular towels. I hate the microfiber towel feel on my skin, so I use this just for my hair, and then I have my towel and my washcloth. Under my washcloth is another thing to put a cell phone, and that's really for filming, but right now it's just for hanging up my laundry. Then here in my little side box, I have things for test. I have diabetes, and this is to test my diabetes. I have sunglasses. I have a random bar, sunscreen, hand sanitizer for when you go to the bathroom and around in a pit toilet or outside, lip stuff, Lactaid I always have up here, and then I have quarters for doing laundry. My purse just sitting here, my organizer sitting there, water bottle with water in it, tons of plugs. So like this plug goes to charge my battery that I use for my CPAP. There's a plug coming out of here that goes to my big battery. These are actually connected to my big battery. One of them is for my phone and one of them is for my laptop or any other USB-C high powered device like my iPad. Then in here, I have a bunch of little things, utensils, pens, highlighter, sharps container, and then this is that applesauce thing, like the ones for little kids. This is great for blood sugars. This is about 15 grams of carbs, and so I can eat that while driving in case my blood sugar gets low. Garbage can with bags in there, and what I actually did was in here, there's actually a container that I got from the dollar store because this was so squishy, it would just like fall over and collapse all the time. And I wanted it to be kind of more solid here so that wouldn't happen. This is my junk basket. So let's take off the thing. All right, so I have paper towels. I actually am almost out of paper towels, as you can see there. So I have a new thing of paper towels. This in here is all my meds. So I have my prescription meds that I take, vitamins, supplements. I have more Lactaid. And I also have in here a little thing of Band-Aids and some Neosporin. So the idea is this is all just the kind of basic meds and vitamins and stuff that I need on a daily basis, as well as, you know, if I need a Band-Aid. This is something I've never used. This is a disposable urine bag that is used for people who are bedridden. And it has like a thing to absorb. My idea is that if I can't go to the bathroom in the middle of the night outside, or there's nowhere for me to go to the bathroom, I could use this. I got this instead of all the other solutions because the other solutions assume that you can kind of sit on them and there's nowhere to sit here. Like there's nowhere to sit. So I need to be able to use this. And this is meant for in a bed. So I can use it in a bed or a seat, maybe. That's the idea. So we'll see. I haven't used it yet. This bag is just a bag that I'm using that in it contains a couple different hats and my gloves. So they're just easy to find and they don't get lost in here. Cashews. I always have cashews up here now because this is my kind of before bed snack, before I brush my teeth, obviously. And it's a really great way for me to get a bunch of protein and fat to keep my blood sugar even during the night. This is my pencil bag that is kind of like my little office in a bag. So in here I have calculator, post-it notes, pens, pencils, tape, scissors. You always want to have scissors with you. I also have a protractor because I'm taking an oceanography class. So all the kind of basic things that you need for an office, pencil sharpener, etc. I use that scissors probably every day. This is the pencil bag for my art class. So it's got like pencils that you use for drawing and such in there. Tissue box that's kind of smashed. One ice pack in here. So I have more in my trunk, which I'll show you later, but this is really great because obviously it doesn't need refrigeration. You don't need a freezer and it's instant. And I've used this for migraines, but you could also use this in case you get injured. This has makeup in it. I don't put makeup on very often, but I do use it for when I do my videos for my legal channel. So that's sitting there. Windex wipes. This is a new microphone recorder for podcasts that I haven't used yet. A wrist brace. This is something to give my son. This is a clock from my old apartment that I keep forgetting to give my son. And then this is a bag that has yarn and a hoop for me to knit hats, which I haven't been working on lately, but it's here for whenever I'd want to pick that hobby back up and start doing it. So I'm gonna put this stuff back and then we'll move on to the next section. All right, moving on, you can see this is my bed, right? Now it has some stuff on it. So I'm gonna show you what I'm kind of do. Like obviously this goes back up on here to dry. Here's my sketchbook. This unfortunately doesn't fit where I put all my other notebooks because it's a tiny bit too big. That goes up there when I'm gonna come back here. Here's a throw blanket that I use sometimes when I'm sleeping, but a lot of times I put it on my legs when I'm in the car and I need a little bit of extra warmth. It stays in my car even in the summer because even in the summer, sometimes it's chilly in the morning. Here's my lap desk and I literally put it right here and use that for eating and for working on my laptop and for working on something in a notebook, whatever. It is great. Love the lap desk. Here's my laptop bag that has my laptop and all that stuff in it. And then now we're gonna move to the back section. I'm gonna walk all the way around. So as I said, I took out the passenger seat and the back seats, and I did that to create more room. It was a slight amount of an extravaganza, but not really too bad. The biggest issue is you have to unplug all the stuff for the front seat without setting off the airbags, and you do that by unplugging the battery first, and then you plug it back in afterwards, and the airbags didn't go off, so it all worked out okay. Okay, so here is my bed. As you can see, under here is a wood platform. I do have some insulation. Under there, I have some emergency supplies, some tools. I have obviously my hiking sandals, and I have all kinds of stuff for, yeah, it's pretty much just emergency supplies down there because it's actually very, very inaccessible. I have 4 inches of foam, a sheet, and then right now, because it's winter, I have 4 blankets. Cotton, because I like the feel of cotton on my body. And then I have wool. I have a cheap polyester thing that's from Walmart that I got when I was on the road and I was too cold. And then I have another throw blanket on top that actually is just nice and warm, and that's why I have it. And I have a couple pillows here. This is not a regular pillow. This inside of it, this has sweaters and jackets and things inside of it. Now, here's the thing about it. I don't actually like it. So overall, hold on, let me close this up. So first is the thing where this zipper, it's kind of a cheap thing that I got from Amazon. So this zipper doesn't work very well for opening and closing all the time. So that's one problem with it. Another problem with it is doesn't make it a good pillow to have something full of sweaters and jackets and stuff because it doesn't squish the same way a pillow does. It's really uncomfortable. However, it does look comfy. And also, unlike the other organizers that I'm going to show you in a minute, it has a lot of friction, so it doesn't slide around. So I kind of do like that part. So I'm probably not going to change it for right now, but I don't know if I would do that in the future. So here's my battery that I use for my CPAP. It's just thrown right here because I was charging it up front, and then once it hits 100%, I put it back here. Here we have Koala Bear. This organizer has in it my pajamas and stuff that I don't always wear pajamas. A lot of times I just sleep in my clothes, and then it can go up there when I'm sleeping. This stays in here all the time. This is just for sleeping in. It is a pullover that I sleep in. It's super, super comfy. Here's a little container that just has lighting. So it has headlamps, it has a solar lighting things. This is a battery powered lantern, and this is a rechargeable lantern. So I have 3 lanterns, and I actually think I have 3 of these, but there's just one here, there's one up front, and then the other one I don't know where it is. But yeah, and then I also have a flashlight in there too. So a lot of lighting. I have my CPAP here, which really I should put away, but it's not put away. Then the CPAP hose is tangled up. Then in here I have some books that are, there's about birds and the Grand Canyon. These are kind of field guide. This is my field guide container. This is my other notebooks and books. So right now I have art books, a indigenous native North America book, and I have my notebooks, my oceanography lab book. This organizer has some things that are only in here because they're tall. So I have my lotion and I have a water bottle. This water bottle I use as my running water. So I use it to do dishes and brush my teeth, but I also spray the water bottle on my face and use a fan in the summer to cool off. Wipes for washing my face at night and also giving myself a once over during the day. Here's my vacuum cleaner, my Cephally device for migraines. This is for, I don't know why it's called Calvin Klein jeans, but it's for eyeglasses. My mouth guard. And then I have salt and pepper here because I have nowhere else to put it. This is tape for taping my mouth, but I'm trying out so I don't open my mouth for my CPAP. I don't know. I haven't figured out if it's a good idea or not. I only tried it a couple times. And then I have a whole bunch of wires coming out of there. These black ones are USB-A to, the thick one is to USB-C, and but it's a slow charge, trickle charge. And then this is USB-A to, what is that, micro or whatever it is, to charge all kinds of various different things. And I just leave those things plugged in all the time, and then I charge things as I need to. And they can kind of just sit right here. Also, you can see here, this is where my window coverings go during the day. Right now, that one's up just to make the lighting not be insane in here. And that's kind of how this side works. Now, the thing is, I've changed these configurations many times over the last 7 months since I've lived in my vehicle, and I'm sure I'll change it in the future. Part of this is winter season right now. So I kind of have, this is my winter setup. I have a different setup in the summer, like I'm gonna have multiple fans in the summer. And I obviously want to have 4 blankets and including a wool blanket on my bed in the summer. But this is winter, so this is what the setup is right now. This is the other side. Down here, I have bags. I just stuck them there. This is my big battery. This is my Yeti cooler that still has the tag because I just haven't taken it off. This bag is workout clothes, including right now is leggings and tops for working out. This big bag might look like it's a solar panel, but it's not. It actually is art portfolio, so it has my board and my paper for my art class. This is all underwear and undershirts, socks, and then this bag is all my regular clothes, so tops and bottoms all go in here. My overalls are here because they're so big and voluminous. And this bag, in it has my, can't really see in here, but it has my jackets and kind of like cold weather clothes and things like that in there, including rain gear. Now, all my cold weather clothes and gear are not in here right now. Some of them are in my storage unit because I'm not quite yet leaving on my trip where there's going to be snow and ice and such. So there will be one more kind of bag that will have my winter coat and my rain. I'll have my rain boots in here, my winter boots in here. They are not in here right now because they're in my storage because I haven't taken them out for this next trip. All right, now let's go into the trunk. Okay, so first, there's always like a couple things that don't fit. And right now, these cookies and this bread doesn't fit, and it's just sitting on top. If it was summer and I was worried about bugs, I would not just have bread sitting in plastic, sitting on top of the things, but it's winter. I'm really not that worried about it. But yeah, normally I wouldn't do that. All right, let's go ahead and start with this stack of things. So this container, and these are all very, very full right now for the most part because I've kind of just restocked. This has snacks. So we got Pop-Tarts, chips, all kinds of snacky things to snack on because I always want to have, skip, animal crackers, all kinds of things to snack on. This is a trivet that is silicone, so hot things can go on it, but it also creates friction so things don't slide around. This has fruit cups and fruit things. It has oatmeal, and then it has all my bars. I eat bars for breakfast a lot, so that's why I have all these in here. I also will put meat sticks in here, but the meat sticks order hasn't come yet. It's gonna get here later today. This container is for sandwiches and salads and wraps and things of that nature. So, yeah, so in here we have tortillas, English muffins. We have all kinds of individual things of salad dressing. We got toppings for salads and sandwiches. We have so many meat packets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I have 2 weeks of meat. These crispy jalapeno peas, I don't put in salads or sandwiches. It's just there because it was somewhere that it fit. And it really actually should be in my rest of my pantry. So this here is a cooler, but I don't use it as a cooler. I use it as a place to store things because it has I got it originally as a cooler, but it really was just too small. But I really like the shape of it. Also, I don't like how the fact is that it doesn't zip or anything. This really isn't secure enough to keep food in my opinion. However, it is good for the purposes that I've done it. So over here, I have all my freezer bag Ziplocs, and that's for putting stuff in the cooler so it doesn't get messed up. Here I have some clips and then also all the extra condiments from places. Here we have a silicone thing, a little thing to cut food on. And then here we have my spices and oils, also a random lighter for some reason. Some things that I've opened and not yet used. So here we got everything from, salt, onion salt, sriracha powder, hot sauce, actually with multiple hot sauces. I also have my spray dishwashing soap, oils, vinegar, soy sauce, pepper, cocoa powder, Creole seasoning. I mean, just a bunch of things that are kind of so you can make a lot of different types of dishes. I own way more spices than this, and I don't have them in here. And the reason is because it just takes up too much space. What I really prioritize is having things that are combination spices because it just takes up less space. So I have Italian seasoning instead of having basil and oregano. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I've done in here. When I lived in an apartment or house, I would never have done that. I would have all the individual spices. But here I have combination things. And this actually works really well because it protects all those glass bottles so they don't get broken. And that's very helpful for me as I am doing this. So you have another one of these silicone trivets that I use. And then in here is the container for stuff for cooking. So we have a cutting board, we have a bowl and a plate. We have, this is so dirty, a little plate. We have a bigger thing to cook in and a smaller thing to cook in with a lid. This could be for coffee or tea, or also could be for mixing things. And then I have all kinds of different utensils. I have a thermometer, all the kind of basic things you need to do some basic. I really like these because they're a type of nonstick, and also because the handle comes off, it makes them a lot easier to cook. And I have silicone things for cooking, so I don't have to worry about them getting hot. So yeah, I really, really like this. And this doesn't get hot because you don't leave it on while it's cooking. So it works out really well. All right, so here, this little container is for making tea and coffee. So this is my jet boil to heat up hot water. My thing for drinking coffee. I have a thing for tea and instant coffee. I actually do have stuff to make fancier coffee, but I don't use it, so that's why it's not in here. This is my current propane that I'm using. I actually don't like this brand, but I already have it, so I'm using it. I have two things of water, one that I bought recently, and this is my regular water container. I plan to get more of these. I like how it's square. And then this is a kind of random container. These are all containers I already got from the dollar store. This is to like have containers, and I have my olive oil here because it's too tall for anything else. Foil, and then extra water bottles, extra plastic containers. I actually put the lids on them because otherwise I can't find them. All right, now let's go into what's back there. So first, we have my stove and my hiking poles, and this is just a good place to put them. So let me get those out of the way. So this is my pantry. This has a ton of stuff in it, ranging from little kits to cook things to just ingredients, beans, instant mashed potatoes, all kinds of different food to eat, packets, soups, chilies. The idea is it's so much stuff in here. I really don't need to be carrying this much food at one time. I actually did an inventory of it when I was on my last trip, and it's so much food. So I do plan to eat a lot out of it this month, which is the month of February. And it's one of the reasons I'm doing a no-buy month for the month of February, so I can eat up this food before I refill anything. And that's kind of one of the rules for that. But yeah, the idea is my pantry, besides sandwiches and salads and snacks, is can only fill up this, because anything else is too ridiculous. All right, this container is some more cooking things. So in here, we have stuff that is the rice and the rice cooker, obviously for making rice. I have a towel, I have the strainer. I have a big bowl, which is very helpful for making a big salad and mixing things. And this is nothing better for getting your lime or lemon juiced. The last thing in this middle part, this is my first aid kit. I actually just recently went through it, kind of pulled out a whole lot of stuff. So thermometer is so important in case you got to get sick, aloe in case I get a sunburn. I have a wrist brace for each wrist, thing to wrap up my wrist, wet wipes, COVID test, Benadryl, Claritin, a blanket, more of these. This is for my CPAP. This has got all kinds of bandages and stuff. And then I have a hot water bottle, which I have not yet used yet, so I haven't decided if it's going to stay in here, but it's going to stay in here for right now. In here, I have all kinds of things, you know, including just regular Band-Aids and Neosporin, which I also have on the inside, and then all kinds of different gauzes and things for all kinds of different injuries. So it's really a kit that came, and then I added a ton of stuff to it. All right, so now on this side, paper towels, because I just bought a bag, bought a 2-pack, and that's how they come. This is out because I just used it so it was still warm. This is my bag I take to Planet Fitness. This is to put my phone and all that stuff and my keys in, and then I hang this on the lane that goes across. Obviously I have a lock with me. So I always have a bag for my dirty laundry, and then in it I have my robe and my shower shoes. Toiletries are in front, shampoo and conditioner on the side, soap and lotion on this side. This is a bag that I got from, that was my son's, that they weren't using anymore, so I just went ahead and take it. Shoes. These are the shoes that I'm not wearing right now because I'm wearing tennis shoes. This bag, this is actually not supposed to go in here. This has got supplies. So extra wipes, batteries, laundry. Obviously I have laundry stuff here. This is here, just extra conditioner just because it's a place that doesn't fall over. Drinks, stuff for the car. This is for whenever I go to a Planet Fitness that doesn't have a shelf. I can hang that up. So I use that when I go to Planet Fitnesses that I don't know. And then now we're into the last spot in this car. Okay, so the first thing in here is my hiking bag. This isn't for backpacking, this is just for hiking. I don't have a backpack right now. And then back here, these are all shoes in shoe containers. This is a camera, and this is my binoculars. And then in here are a bunch of stuff for electronics. So I have a fan. In the summer, I would actually have multiple fans and they would be inside, but I have one fan here just in case. And then I have the stuff to charge up my vacuum. I have a tape measure because you always need a tape measure, like a big tape measure. And I have a tripod for my camera, which I don't hardly ever use, but it's there just in case. And I have a heater, electric heater, that I have not used yet, just in case I have that there. Again, this is Elizabeth Off Grid. If you have any other questions about my build or all the stuff I have in my car, anything about that, feel free to leave them in the comments below, or you can just stop by and say hi. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, all the things. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.